Hi, I'm Jody Quine and I'm doing 90 days of Kundalini meditation based on Jody Singh's 40-day prosperity meditation challenge through the Life Force Academy. And this is day 69. They're really just it's going fast actually. 69 days I'm doing this every day, which is pretty cool. I've had several moments today of being pain-free. And I mean, there's still a vocal time when there's minor pain. And now I know that it's there because the pain-free moments made it so obvious. But how incredible that is. It's definitely like a whole new chapter. I did decide to have a glass of wine last night, and I actually had a few, and I had a really good time. I went onto Facebook and just hung out and played some music for people, which was awesome. I used to do an online show every week for about a year, and then for another year I did it once a month. And yeah, it was great fun, and now that technology's actually caught up with doing it that much easier, I might go back to doing it, especially Friday nights if my husband's working late. I can just hang out with, you guys and whoever tunes in to hang out. And I may or may not have a glass of wine during it. I don't know. I used to drink when I did my show online. It's interesting how this is like a topic for me to figure out within. I think the big thing is how I feel about it when doing it and why. One of the big things that has come up again, when I quit drinking, it was like Boxing Day 2015, and I had quite the collection of different things for Christmas dinner, like the rum and eggnog and the scotch after dinner and wine with dinner. I think that was about it. But needless to say, the next day was pretty rough. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm good. I don't need this anymore. And one of the first things I noticed in that time was how much I used alcohol for permission. It gave me permission. I think I've said this before actually to you guys, but it gave me permission to be funny. It gave me permission to be loud. It gave me permission to get on stage and bare my soul to people. It gave me permission to be strong and confident. It gave me permission to meet people. Not that I was like drunk all the time, but I realized, and the big one was, it gave me permission to be sexy, feel sexy, have sex. And if I wasn't drinking, then, or if I didn't have a drink to allow myself to relax into these situations or to do these things, then what was going to give me the permission to do it? So that really big thing was I discovered that the imps are with Mister out there, chatting it up, giggling. I really discovered that I had to give myself permission to do these things. And so that was really a wake-up for me. You know what? I want to be funny. I want to be fearless. I want to make music in front of people and for people and bear my truth. So, Jody, if you want to do those things, then it's up to you to do them, not have a glass of wine so you can be like, I had a glass of wine, I can say these things and do these things. And then, as I said yesterday, I discovered that I still would say and do the silly things, I just wouldn't doubt them after. So now that I have had wine a couple more times, a couple drinks since the last little while, what does that mean, right? And what is my attachment to that? So I guess we'll see. I'm not really worried about it, which is really a step in the right direction. I had fun. That was great. It's a Saturday relaxing day today, so I can just be a little more chill and hang out without pressure. So, yeah. And even if it was to mask the pervasive sadness, I think it worked, and it helped me step up through it and over it. Now, again, I'm not really interested in getting into drinking all the time by any means, so it's not a problem. But, it's interesting when you decide not to do something in your life anymore and then you let it back in here and there. I'm always checking in, well, did I enjoy that? Was that worth it? And yesterday was just what it is, so no big deal. All right, well, having said that, we just saw Black Panther. Mr. the Imps and I just saw Black Panther. There was these 3 little boys behind us in the row. They were probably 8 or 9. I don't know if their parents were in the back of the theater, but they seemed to be on their own. And I love the fact that A, they were there. B, they don't even know the importance of these three little white Canadian boys seeing this movie, they don't even know the importance of what that is. It's just they wanted to see it. And to them, in their lifetime, they won't even, I'm sure when they're older, it'll be more of a topic of realization discussion, but they don't even realize these kind of movies don't exist. I think back at my childhood, and, Sesame Street was very diverse. And, I watched The Cosby Show, and I watched, what was it called? Moving On Up? The Jeffersons. And I watched Different Strokes. In my world, there were black people on television. And I was told I could be whatever I wanted as a girl. Now that I'm older, I recognize the structural misogyny, the systematic misogyny in life, and definitely the prejudiced ways that are out there, and the racism. It's different in Canada. It's not as in your face, but it's there, and if you're aware of it, you can see it. And then we don't have gun culture too, so that kind of changes our aggressiveness in life and the way we handle things, I think. So I just love that my kids too don't even, they have an opinion on the movie because of the characters and the storytelling and what they did or didn't like about it. And not for one second do they think, what? There's no black superheroes out there? There's no, movies that look like this, supporting different races and cultures? Because to them, they're young, and it is. It's a part of their reality, and I love that. So I hope there's more to come in the world. Really wonderful. All right, I'm going in. What else I realized yesterday is there's a time that I didn't know how to play the piano, and I felt it like I wanted to play it, and like my last record is all piano songs that I wrote, just because I felt drawn to play, and so I would just sit down and play, and things would come out eventually over time. So having that realization too was like, wow, anything is possible. It can happen. And I've been drawn back to the guitar several times lately, and I just don't do it because I feel like I'm not teachable because I'm not teachable. That's why I feel that way, because I'm not. So yeah, not like I'm telling myself a story or anything, but I just generally create. I've never been one to learn. I like to do instead of learn. So my strumming patterns are always so similar to each other. But now I'm feeling like, hey, well, I can try learning. I can sit down with my guitar and try learning some new strumming patterns and just letting music come. I think amazing guitar players are very cool, especially the acoustic, when they can play rhythm and lead all at the same time. They can make the whole song come out of one instrument and then sing to it. That'd be awesome. So maybe I'll just start enjoying that a little more. I do think that this whole practice is, and I've been open to this whole time, and I kind of knew this was happening, but now that we're getting to the core of it, like shedding the shell and the expectations and the things I thought were where I was going. So it turns out and I've discovered this before, but the music's not leaving me. But I'm starting to focus on making and being inside the music more, instead of, making my career possible so I can make music. I think I'm just going to work on making music for a while. See how that goes. That'll please my soul. The rest will probably fall into place from there. But no pressure. No decisions. Just be. All right, my lights, I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday night. Mister's watching the rest of his favorite team play soccer, so I'm gonna... Yeah! I think we just scored. See? You see why I like it?
That's awesome!
And so I'll just probably bring the guitar in here and just hang out and work on some strumming patterns for fun. Not to get better or be different, but just for fun. All right, my lights. Have a wonderful night. Sat now.